Hi guys, it's Ernest from Proximal Consciousness. How you guys doing today? Got a great subject matter for you today. Vision. Now I'm not talking about the kind of vision with your eyeballs, your corneas, your retina, and that sort of thing. I'm talking about the vision capability of the mind, the human mind. Right? I'm talking about an individual's ability to discern between the real and the imaginary, fact and fiction, right? When a man and a woman enters into an endeavor, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a business, whether it's a choice of education, whether it's a choice of travel, whether it's the choice of having children, whether it's the choice to believe in something, a God, a law, a policy, or any of these sort of things, that person or those people have to have the vision to discern the true nature of that endeavor. They have to have the ability to discern between those things that are real, that are innately factual about the subject matter, right? And the things that are imaginary, things that potentially could be, that might be, given certain circumstances, more information, more interaction. But at that given point, at the beginning of it, they should be able to envision, to visualize the true nature of that endeavor at that point. Now, that's not saying that things won't change. That's not saying that they can't envision what might be way into the future with other things added to those endeavors. But we're talking about the ability to see going into something what the true state of existence is. Whether that thing is something that we want at the now, or whether we would just want it in the future, or whether we shouldn't want what we're getting involved in the present. It is very important that human beings, men and women, that we have the capability to see what we need to see about our existence, about our lives, about our relationships, about the things that we plan to create, that we're designing, that we're planning, that we're building, the relationships that we're endeavoring. It's important that we understand the ramifications. I mean, we need to understand whether or not we're strong enough to enter into these relationships. We need to know whether or not we're strong enough to maintain a commitment to what we're entering into, whether it's a relationship, an education routine, a job, a geography, or whatever it may be. And we need to understand whether or not we have the capabilities to exit these relationships, these situations and circumstances that we're getting into or thinking about getting into successfully. Right? Vision is extremely important to our health as individuals, as groups, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, or society in general. It's very important. Not many people, not many at all, devote time to understand the issue of vision. Not only do people not understand the issue of vision, there isn't even anything in place to really point people to the significance and the importance of developing a healthy vision. I mean, yes. I mean, we have religion. We have educational institutions. We have legislative bodies. And we have government agencies. We have interest groups. You know, yes, we have committees, and we have parent teachers conference for that matter. We have things in place that we utilize for information, but rarely do people put it in context of an issue of vision. And they should have. And we should have to this day. We have things that we utilize, that some people utilize. We all don't even utilize every one of these things that I just mentioned. But nowhere has someone said to me or to anyone that I know, and that's probably the same with you guys, that these things are in place and should be in place to help us with our vision, to help us, to guarantee that we have vision, to guarantee that we can see the benefits of being in those types of situations, those types of relationships. Nowhere has anyone said that having vision or seeking vision or maintaining vision about life is improved by going through the legislative, going to parent teachers conference, going to church. And it should be articulated to us that these kinds of things are there to encourage us to have vision. These sorts of things are there to encourage us to be vigilant in developing a healthy vision for our individual lives, for our lives as couples, for our lives as a society, right? Very important, extremely important. Without, there's an old saying that without vision, my people perish. I mean, that is a very profound thing, but people say, well, what exactly did they ever mean about that? Without vision, my people perish. I think what they really were trying to say is, without an understanding, without the ability to see and to understand what you're seeing about life, about our experiences, about our choices, our beliefs, our endeavors, about our will for perseverance, for creativity. Without a commitment to that, without understanding that, which would be vision, people perish. We bring children into the world, and we expect them to become successful. We expect them to accomplish great things, but yet we never teach them the importance of having vision, true vision. I mean, most of our children, most of the young people in the world, they think vision is just that, a pair of glasses, a pair of contacts, the ability to see 20/20. But rarely do they understand that vision, true vision, is about seeing the right and wrong. It's about seeing the purpose. The raison d'etre, the reasons for living. Rarely do we teach them from that perspective. But yet we expect them to grow into successful adults. We expect them to be able to develop healthy relationships with their peers. We expect them to have healthy relationships with us as parents. We expect them to have a healthy relationship and understanding of the law and all our other institutions that we've created in this world. Handling of money, handling of time, organization. We expect them to be great and good at all of that, but yet and still, we don't point out to them the importance of developing and maintaining a healthy vision for their own lives. I mean, sure, we send them to schools. We send them to schools for years, for decades. But nowhere along the line in there do we say, this is all about developing purpose, vision for your life. All these subject matters, all these teachers, all this training, all this testing comes down to one thing: improving your vision about the world that you live in, that you interact in, that you're attempting to participate in and encourage the prolonging of, not only for yourself, but for your children and your children's children. Rarely do you find people who have truly trained their children, or for that matter, trained themselves to see, to understand, to comprehend, to value. I thought that this would be a great subject matter to talk on, because rarely, I mean, we got a president in office currently who is trying to articulate a vision for our country, a vision of the world for that matter. But rarely do you hear it in that context. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of subject matters, there's a lot of congressional talk, there's a lot of interest groups, there are a lot of people, pressure groups and whatnot, that are bringing issues to the forefront, but nowhere are people talking about the vision of it all. Nowhere are they talking about the reasons for the debate, the reason for all the news and the talk, all the background information, all the context. Nowhere along the lines are they saying what the vision of it all should be. Why is any of that important? And how is it going to help us, not only in the present, but in the future, to live our lives better, easier, more responsively and responsibly? You know? We as people want to be more responsive to our existence, to the things that we have to deal with. And we want to, and we should want to be more responsible for what goes on in our own lives and others' lives. And it is very difficult to say that we're committed to doing that when we lack vision, when we don't talk about the issues pertaining to a healthy vision of the present, of the past, of the present, of the future. It's a very important thing. We need to spend much more time talking about vision, sitting down with each other and talking about vision. We should see more on TV. We should see more on YouTube about vision. Vision for the young, vision for the middle aged, vision for older people, and how we see each other. It's a very important subject. And I'm glad that I had the thought, and I'm glad I'm sharing it with you guys, and I hope that you guys will comment on this video about what you think vision really means and how important vision is to you and your future. Right? I hope you guys are liking these videos, and I hope you take the time to subscribe to them, because I really appreciate that. So I'm glad we had this talk, and I'm looking forward to the next subject matter. I mean, I think they're getting really good, and I'm loving it. So I'll talk to you guys again soon. Okay? Bye now.